Well, good afternoon. Welcome to Vendée Live this Saturday, 23rd of January. It's day 76 on the racecourse, and Les Sables d'Olonne is preparing for the finishes. It's getting to the key days, the key hours, the key moments out on the racecourse just now. Everything is really on the line. From now on, it's going to be about strategy, it's going to be about speed, it's going to be about timing. Every fraction of a mile just now is going to be key. We can see places on the podium decided by fractions of an hour for sure. So timing and accuracy of the forecast just now, interpreting all the different scenarios, is vital on the racecourse right now. Charlie Dallin remains rock steady. I think Boris is doing a pretty steady job as well. He reminds me a little bit of the jackal, der Chacal, ready to pounce at any moment and going fast in the last classements. My guests today, well, my guests are Alex Pella, the Spanish ocean racer, Route du Rhum winner in the Class 40, and still one of the holders of the trophy Jules Verne. That record of 40 days, that happened 4 years ago this week on the 26th of January. The EDAC Sport team took the trophy Jules Verne to 40 days. We're looking at a passage for this Vendée Globe around about 80 days. And we have also in Marie-Claude Kiefer-Hayes, a French, or Anglo-French if you like, ocean racer. 2 Whitbread races run under her belt. She was an early racer on the Figaro circuit, and she's a long-time friend of Miranda Merrin. How are you, Marie-Claude?
Very well, thank you. Watching with a lot of interest the race unfolding. It's so exciting, and watch what's happening in the front and then further in the back. The battles are everywhere, so it's very.
You're a big fan of the race.
Oh yes, I'm a big fan. I think I've wasted so many hours looking at it and then trying to see who's going to do it. And say, oh, somebody's catching up on Miranda. I know she's sailed away again. So it's all there. Yeah, it's very exciting.
Super duper. Now listen, 1 second. We've got Miranda Merrin on board Compagnie de France this afternoon. Miranda, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Yeah, we're all good. I've got a little bit of a surprise for you. Somebody who's concerned, our primary concern in this race is that you're eating well and not just living on cups of tea. Who do you suppose that is?
It took me until about halfway through the Indian Ocean, but I promise that I am now eating well and but consuming a lot of tea as well. Woof.
Well, we've got MC for you. She's going to say hello.
Holding on tight.
Hello, Miranda. You've had a fantastic night, just going so fast. Just I think you're having somebody right behind you as a spur along.
Yeah, well, it was a little fruity. It had its moments, so I've been catching up on sleep a bit this morning. But anyway, no, it was a good night. So I've broken my 24-hour record for the boat. I've done over 400 miles in 24 hours, which is
well done.
Wow, that's fantastic. So do we have to say thank you for Clément this performance, or just the right angle and the right
yeah, maybe. No, it was just the right conditions for the boat. And I'm about to change sails again, but I thought I'd better wait until I finish talking to you because I'm going to have to watch quite closely what happens, I think. And anyway, but yeah, this is the last of the winds because, in 24 hours time or less than that, I'll be in the high pressure, battling to try and get to the other side to those fabled easterly winds. Yes. So a lot of sleep now, trying to sleep now and be ready.
Yeah, I hope you can manage that because then in the light air, you'll be very trying to get the boat moving. So have a good sleep and we'll keep watching.
Yeah, I will be. Yeah.
Miranda, you've got a race on your hands.
Yeah, because for sure Manu does not want us to get ahead. Yeah, Manu does not want us to get ahead, and Clément does want to get ahead. So yeah, I've got to work hard.
It keeps you on.
Anyway, it's good. Great race.
And it must be great for the motivation.
It is, but the fun thing is that actually we're in touch with each other. We communicate. Manu started communicating last night. He goes, Because now that I've been looking in my rear view mirror, how's it go? Yeah. And Clement and I have been in touch, obviously, for weeks since we started, being storm buddies.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's nice.
That's great.
It's nice. Good competition.
The competition, and then feeling less lonely and completely on your own in the middle of the ocean must be quite a big support as well.
Yeah. Yeah, it's quite nice. But I'm not lonely. I'm alone, but I'm not lonely.
You've got us for company all the time.
Well, absolutely.
Listen, what's on the programme today then, Miranda? What's your rhythm today?
Well, to please Mary Claude, the first thing I'm going to do is make myself a meal. Now that I'm awake again. No, I think it looks like I've got a sail change before the meal, actually. Yeah, change sails. And, keep a good eye on strategy because, I mustn't get it wrong. But the others might get it more right, obviously.
No.
I'll try to get it right.
Yeah, we know you can do it.
Oh, and full inspection of the boat. Full inspection of the boat after it's 24 hours of pretty wet and wild. So yeah, I think I need to go around with a bucket and sponge as well.
Yeah, so you're treating your boat like a Stradivarius, making it always high value, fantastic, precious item.
Yeah. It is a very precious item. It's safely got me here this far.
Yeah.
And I'd like it to safely get me all the way to Lisbon. Yeah.
Excellent.
So there you go. Boat inspection, change sails.
Looking forward to see you there.
Eat.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm really looking forward
to have a good sleep, and then
seeing you all as well. I hope you can sort things out. And looking forward to seeing you. And I hope things have sorted themselves out a bit on land, because I gather that there's some fairly draconian measures in place.
Yes.
I'm sure it's a political move, but anyway.
Well,
yes.
Miranda, that's kind of life just now, but I'm quite sure you'll get the warmest welcome when you get back. But all the best, Miranda. Super to speak with you, and make sure that you look after yourself, because MC's watching you all the time.
Oh,
thank you. Lovely to talk to you, MC.
My pleasure. Lovely to talk to you and to see you. Excellent. And see you in the flesh soon.
Great. Now,
yeah, gentle.
Thank you, Miranda. Then we'll speak to you in a couple of days, hopefully, and find some other exciting guests for you. But MC, tell us a little bit about Miranda while she's still listening. You've known her for a long, long time.
Yes, actually I knew Miranda's brother first, because he was sailing on 1720s that we were selling. And she arrived in Hamburg as we were starting our business, and to sail with Tracy Edwards. And then we were in the same marina. We got talking, and we've been friends ever since, like in '97. So yeah, in touch.
And you obviously know the French ocean racing scene pretty well. Who's your favourites at the front of the fleet? Who do you think's going to win?
Well, this is a very difficult one. I can see Bureau Valley is always taking some extreme options, but that could pay or that could backfire. So it's really hard to tell. I can't say.
You're hedging.
Yes, Pivia, Bureau Valley, we'll see.
We'll wait and see. Anyway, lovely to speak with you.
That's without the time limit. As other time had to be added on in the end. We could have some surprise with Maître Coq and Jean Le Cam.
Indeed. Anyway, MC, lovely to talk with you. We'll catch up at the finish with Miranda, hopefully. And thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Excellent. Now then, let's look at the rankings at midday. Charlie Dallin is still on top. I think he's been certainly been the most consistent leader over the course of the whole race. I think he's had over 200 Classement's rankings in the top of the table. He's leading just now by 40 miles from Louis Burton. Burton's doing 13.8 knots, Dallin 12.6, but Boris Herrmann doing 19.6, and he's cut the lead back to 70, or he's cut his delta to 78 miles. He's made 10 miles since the early morning ranking. So Boris going well. Thomas Riong also going well, 18.2 knots on linked out just now. He's onto the into the speed gun at on the 30 minutes into midday. Yannick Bestaven also going quick at 17.4 knots. But on the east of the fleet, there seems to be a little bit of a lull for Damien Sagan and Giancarlo Pedotti, doing 9.1 and 8.3 knots respectively. They're losing distance just now on the leaders, which is kind of what we're expecting in terms of the overall weather picture. Jean Le Cam in 8th, he's now 444 miles behind the leader. Just in terms of comparative distances between the 24-hour runs, Dallin did 391, and by comparison, Jean Le Cam's doing 286 over the last 24 hours. So it shows you just how much the delta is opening between Dallin and the leaders and Jean Le Cam in 8th. Just remembering that Jean has the 16 hours and 15 minutes of recompense. Benjamin Dutroux is in 9th, Maxime Sorel 10th. Then quickly looking down at our internationals, Alan Rura in 16th, doing 10.3 knots. Pip here, 9.6 knots, catching up with Alan Rura, doing quite a nice job and keeping Stéphane de Raison behind for the moment, but there's only about 47 miles in it between Pip and Stéphane de Raison. Kojiro Shiraishi in 19th, Didac Costa in 20th, Didac doing 10.1 knots just now. And then Miranda Marinwell, 15.8 knots, as she said. Broken 400 miles record for her on the boat. A great job for Miranda in 22nd. Alexia Barry, we've got in the show, just coming up with an audio with her. She's on good form coming into Cape Horn. And Ari Hosela also approaching Cape Horn for the weekend. And that's our rankings at midday. Let's join Alex Pella then. Alex, let's say a Route du Rhum winner in Class 40, and also Alex, 4 years ago, a big moment for you this week. You won the Trophy Jules Verne with the EDEC team.
Yes, hello Andy, hello everyone. Yes, I know that it's 4 years ago, but not the date of the day. But I'm so happy, and if you see, I think this is 4 years and 5 times that super good teams try to beat our record, but never at the moment we have the record. The last one was Gitana 2 days ago, they stopped. But I think 2 times Spindrift, 1 time Gitana, 1 time Sodewa, another time Gitana. Super good teams with these guys, and they can beat the record. It's good for us, but I'm happy to see good teams try to beat our record too.
It's going to go sometime though, isn't it?
Excuse me?
I said it's going to go sometime, isn't it? It's under threat.
Yes. I don't know. For sure, to beat the record, we need to go with a new boat, like the new boats. And the thing is, they need to finish. If they finish all the around the world, they beat for sure, because the new boats are super performance. No, they have super good speed, and we see in the last big event with the Class40 team in Brest Atlantique that the new boats are super fast, but they need to I don't know how to say in English, but fiability, more fiability in the foils on the rudders, and all the thing go in the water.
So what, Alex, you know a lot of these skippers in the top group. Who's your favourite, and who do you think is going to win?
That's the question, Andy. I don't know. I really don't know, and it's funny because when you see the start, I really don't know too. I don't know. There is one thing in this Vendée that I'm super happy. There is changing leaders every time. I think it's like a new generation come in the IMOCAs and in this race that is super good for the race. And I don't know. At the moment, for sure, Charlie have some miles in front, but Louis is a little bit in the west with some options. Boris, I think he have the boat in perfect conditions, and he go fast too. And we'll see what happens with Thomas. Thomas is a super competitor. I know him very well. He's a super competitor. I know Boris very well too. And Yannick is, I'm really sad because I just lose the race last week because I was doing the transatlantic rock that we win. And I lose the race from some days, following the race for some days. And I see Yannick at the top. And just when I start to see again the race, it was in the back. No, I for sure have a problem. I don't know what's happened with him. But he's another super guy, super competitor with a good boat. I don't know. Sorry, Andy, but I cannot do an answer. No, it's super difficult. But it's funny and it's very good for the race.
I got two guests and both hedging. It's not a good day. But listen, Alex, I've got three internet questions for you from our fans of the race, all for you, and some of them are a little bit more challenging than others. Do you think it would be good for the race, for the Vendée Globe, to have a non-French winner?
Yes, that's true. I'm really sad about Alex because Alex is a super good sailor. I think he's the guy with Jean. He stayed in the IMOCA for many years with different boats. He built the boats. He have a big sponsor because his sponsor is a global brand, and this is very good for the race. And very sad about him, no? For sure, now if you see the fleet, usually in this race, apart Alex, all the international guys comes to do the race are always like adventures, not racer guys, no? You understand that I mean? Yeah. But in that time we have Boris, he's doing super good race. And another thing for Boris, he's doing super well all the media with these fantastic videos, always smiling, explaining very well what happens every time. I'm super happy for him because he's realizing super, I don't know, he's doing super well. And Giancarlo too, maybe he's in the top 10. Giancarlo, he have the same profile. They come from the minis, 40s, and now the IMOCA. It's his first experience in the IMOCA, and he's doing so well too. Alex, for sure, it's very good for the race, yes.
Do you know Giancarlo at all?
Yes, I know very well Giancarlo because I was training him, I don't know, 15 years ago when he started his career in the Mini. We have a small base in north of Catalonia in La Scala, and I was training some guys, and Giancarlo was part of these guys with his Pogo 2, with his Mini, yes.
Well, our internet question is, obviously from an Italian fan, asking why is Giancarlo Peggiotti not going fast enough?
Now, at the moment?
Yeah.
I don't know. I know Giancarlo, but I don't know involved in his team. I don't have news about the happening inside. No, I know very well him, but I have a distance.
I think somebody's being a little bit hard on him.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Sorry.
You've got company. And Alex, what's your favourite thing that you never leave home without when you go racing?
Can you repeat, please?
What's the favourite thing that you always take with you when you go racing?
Well, it's not a thing like a material thing. When I go racing, my thing is have fun on the water. Always.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to do these races. And for sure, Vendée Globe, I never did the Vendée Globe. I'm very close many times to the teams, to the. And for sure, Vendée Globe is super hard race, super hard. We see in physically, mentality, the distance is so long. I don't know, everything, no? And for sure, if you go, if your goal is not to have fun with all of that, I think it's super hard. I don't know if you understand my
no, of course, of course.
That, but, my goal is always have fun in the water. I know the races that I did are so hard, but if not, it makes no sense to go it.
Indeed. Now listen, I mean, somebody who's definitely having fun on the water, even though he's perhaps not quite as far up the fleet as he wants to be, is Maxime Sorel. We're just going to have a look at his video. His problem is flying fish and weed at the moment, and this is Maxime Sorel.
En fait, il y a plein de sargasses et plein de poissons volants partout. Et je sais pas ce qu'ils ont, ils sont tous attirés par mon bateau, ils viennent tous sur mon bateau. Du coup ça sent un peu le bateau de pêche quand même à bord, mais il va falloir que je fasse le ménage. Et vu que ça arrête pas de venir, bah, j'attends un peu quoi. La sargasse partout! Un petit aquarium avec des poissons. Ça mouille un peu sur le pont là, hein. On peut pas dire que la pêche est excellente quoi. Bon, il va falloir me donner quelques cours pour le prochain Vendée Globe je crois. Mais si quelqu'un a une recette à base de sargasses et de poissons volants, je suis preneur. Hein. Alors sachant que j'ai juste une bouilloire, hein. J'ai pas de poêle, j'ai de l'huile d'olive éventuellement. Allez, à plus à bord de VNB Mayenne, ciao.
So there you go, Maxime Sorel on board VNB Mayenne. Problems with his flying fish, but a big smile on his face. So, Alex Pella, how do we see a Spanish entry in the a top-level Spanish entry in the next Vendée Globe with Alex Pella on board it? I mean, you have a top-level design house in Botin Partners racing in the America's Cup at the moment.
Yeah.
It would be lovely to see you partner up with them and have a Botin Imoca, something like that.
Yeah. That's the one of the dream, Andy. You know, I have a long story with this race that I tried 2 times to go it. No, I don't find the money, no? And 2 times I was working in a teams involved with my friend Quito de Pavan. And another time, a big project with, I did the movie, you know, En Solitaire. With
Of course.
And I have long stories with the Vendée, but I never did the Vendée. I did around the world with the Mocas in double-handed in the Barcelona. I'm so close to the race. I have a lot of friends inside, and it's a pleasure for me to follow I'm a fan, and follow the race and all of my friends. But maybe, I know it's super easy. The race is each 4 years. It's not like a record that you have the opportunity to go in the moment. Here, the race is each 4 years, and maybe next time. We'll see, why not?
Indeed. You know Benjamin Dutroux's boat very well, don't you?
Excuse me?
You know Benjamin Dutroux's boat, Omea Water Family. You know that quite well, don't you? All right, sorry, Group Apicil.
I don't know him. I know the boat. I don't know him. This is the fantastic boat, and the boats from Sergio's, Guillermo Altadi, Alex Thompson. It's an old boat,
That's
but
right.
super good boat, super fast in DMG downwind, and Benjamin is doing super well too. It's funny because there is three guys with old boats like Jean, Benjamin, and Damien. They do a super good race. I'm so happy to see this mix, no? The foilers and the old good boats sailing together. I think it's very good for the Imoca too.
Indeed. What level would you do it at, given the option? I mean, would you do it on an older boat?
Excuse me?
Would you do it on an older daggerboard boat if somebody gave you the money, or would you just do it on a foiling boat?
It's funny because for me, in that edition, with the COVID, that the new boats don't sell too much, it was a good opportunity for the daggerboard boats, for sure. And have a boat, fiability boat with the daggerboards and everything. And for sure you can do a good race. You see, one good surprise for me is Damien. Damien, he have a gold boat, but this boat never win nothing. And he was doing a fantastic race, always in the top 5, without one hand. For me, he's one of the guys that really surprised in this race. I know Damien a little bit because we sailed against in the 40s. He's a super nice guy, good sailor, but he do very well the TGV, the Trans-Jacques Vabre, and now in the Vendée is fantastic. And why not? We will see, because we need to spend the new AG from the IMOCA, which we need to do with the foils. Okay. But I think with the foils, the new thing is maybe they do the same with the mast and the keels, like one design or something like that. Because for me, the problem with the foils is not the foil, but the problem is the boat is not flying. It's flying and stop, because the rudder is a classic rudder. You understand, no?
Yeah.
And I think all of that do a lot of pressure on the rig, and when the boat accelerate and stop again, this is super hard for everything, you know. And in transatlantic race, it's okay, or race like 3 days, but in race like 70 days, it's too much, I think.
Indeed. Okay, Alex, wonderful to catch up with you back in Barcelona. Hopefully we'll see you somewhere nice over the course of 2021. And all the best to you and your family.
Okay.
Lovely to see them. We'll see you soon, hopefully. So that's.
Thank you very much, Andy, and bye everyone. And we'll see what happens with this fantastic race. Ciao.
Ciao. So there you go, Alex Pella. Hopefully we may see him on the start line of a Vendée Globe in the not too distant future. A very, very talented Spanish sailor indeed. Let's listen to Alexia Barry coming into Cape Horn, and she's had some pretty fruity, pretty fresh conditions, and it's not going to get too much better for our Cape Horn rounding.
I'm happy because I'm getting closer to Cape Horn. It's less than 400 miles now. I will have more strong winds, so that's life. I'm not super happy about that, but it won't stay for long, hopefully. And after Cape Horn, I really need to fix my hydro generator because I have not much fuel left. So I really need to make it work as fast as I can. But here, where I am, there is still big waves, and I cannot go outside the boat to fix it. So I can't wait 2 days to be on flat sea, hopefully, and be able to fix that. I am from Mediterranean, you know, and I'm not an animal from cold, and I have to adapt myself. It's part of the game. I am in the big south, I'm in the Pacific, I'm doing the Vendée Globe, and it's cold. Okay, but now I need some sun, I need some warm weather. I need to go on better weather and have a shower maybe.
Listen, have you been talking with Ari Husila?
Not yet. I was thinking today I will send him a message because he's getting closer, and I will ask him to close the door after I pass the Cape Horn if he's going to do it after me. So we will have all the skipper inside the Atlantic and no more strong wind to come. If he can close the door, it could be nice. I will tell him.
And put the lights off. Anyway, Alexia, all the best. Thank you so much. Un minute pour Antoine.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you.
Alexia, une toute dernière
So we're
question.
just asking Alexia at the end of it if she would like to sing us a little bit of a song, and you never know what happens.
Ah, qu'est-ce que je peux vous chanter
What would you like me to sing?
Mince, c'était France Gall et c'était Résiste, ta 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 ta, prouve que tu existes. Ta, 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 ta. Et je me souviens plus de la suite des paroles, mais c'est pas grave, résiste. Voilà, c'était la chanson du samedi.
Merci Alexia, merci beaucoup et on croise les doigts pour toi, pour le Cap Horn.
Ouais, merci, baby. Ciao, bye.
Well, there you go, Alexia Barry on top form, approaching Cape Horn, 400 miles to go, but really in good voice as well. That's all we have time for today on our Vendée Globe Live. Tomorrow we're doing a special with Medallia and with our sponsors in San Francisco, a couple of American guests. We will have Chris Musler, the New York Times sailing correspondent, and also hopefully Tanguy de Lamotte will join us briefly. So speak to us tomorrow, join us tomorrow. In the meantime, I'm leaving you with a little bit of Benjamin Dutroux, a little bit of a breakfast orchestra on board his boat earlier today.